Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract, Dartmoor List 16, set in Dartmoor and supplied to us today by Paul Anderson, 37. So moving on to our briefing, 47 wants to finish everyone in Dartmoor. And moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with a free map. And for today's challenge, we'll be starting as the Mansion Guard. We're going to have a Seeker 1 stored up in the changing rooms, and we'll be bringing with us a breaching charge, a lethal syringe, and a silenced pistol.
Is everything ready for tomorrow?
So right from the start and off the bat, I don't think we'll ever get that boot clean, so we're just going to head straight off to the changing rooms, and we are going to retrieve our briefcase and our Seeker 1. So all of our targets are located outside of the building, so we're going to head out via the kitchen window, and we're going to head off around to our right for our one and only target in this particular area. And it's our last target in this particular area before we move to the rear garden area. So we have this uncooperative young lady to deal with. So what we're going to do, instead of messing about like we did in the last episode, we're just going to make the colleague sick. He's going to wander off somewhere and he's going to purge himself. And while he is gone, we can then deal with this young lady accordingly. So we're going to quickly render her unconscious, and then we're going to deposit her in the river. So hopefully you can swim whilst asleep here. So there we go, one target taken care of. We're now going to have to make our way all the way around to the rear of the property and the rear garden, where our remaining 4 targets are all located. We have a straight run, but as you can see there is one enforcer just up ahead of us, and he's going to suddenly look this way. There we go. Once he walks off, we can then make our way past, and we now have 2 more enforcers to deal with. So we have a gardener and a guard, both of whom are enforcers, both of whom are also targets. So we're just going to wait for the guard to move away as part of his patrol, and when he stops in position, we're going to shoot him in the back with our Seeker 1. He's going to get sick and he's going to wander off to purge himself, and while he is gone, we can deal with everybody else. So we have these 2 young ladies here. We'll get to them shortly as they're relatively easy to deal with. So we're just going to duck down while the gardener is looking this way. The guard himself is no longer an enforcer, as he's too busy worrying about not spilling his guts everywhere. So we're just going to take our briefcase and we're going to throw it over yonder, so that our gardener friend puts down his rake, as trying to jab him in the back with a needle whilst he's raking leaves is very tricky, as he's constantly moving. But while he's picking up a discarded briefcase is much easier. So we're just going to quickly jab him in the back with our needle, and he will go down rather ungracefully. And we can then make our way into the pond area, and we're just going to plant 2 bullets in this young lady's back, and I'm ready and aimed, and the other young lady hasn't even noticed. So normally she would hear the noise or the commotion and she would turn around and we would then shoot her in the face. But today she's being oblivious, so she gets 2 in the back as well. We're going to deposit both of these young ladies into the pond, which is a lot deeper than it looks. And then we can locate our first or final target, the sick guard. Now he's currently throwing up by the bins where the kitchen is located, and if we are quick, we might just be able to get to him before he returns here, which will make things a little bit easier. So he is still purging himself, so if we get a bit of a shufti on, we might just be able to get there before he finishes purging himself, which he has just done. we can quickly render him unconscious. We're going to place him somewhere where we can put our breaching charge by his head. About there will do nicely. We're going to place the breaching charge by his head, and we're going to move a safe distance before detonating the breaching charge, eliminating our target, and we are right by the bridge exit, so that will be the one we take. So there we go, one more subscriber contract taken care of, and once we get across this bridge we will get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We had no objectives to worry about, and we get ourselves a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.